welcome back to class. Today we are going to be learning about the supplementary rule and how it interacts and deals with angles. So to start off, I have this image down here. We have two right angles back to each other, and they form this straight line here. So we can see here that we have this one 90-degree angle and this other 90-degree angle. So when you put two 90-degree angles together where they share a length, you're going to get an angle that is a straight line. Now, believe it or not, straight lines are also angles, but they are 180 degrees. Because it occurs when two 90-degree angles are put together. When you add 90 to 90, you get 180. So that's where we get this 180 degrees from. So a straight line is 180 degrees. So we've come up with this rule called a supplementary rule. When there are two angles that come together to make 180 degrees. So this is just like the complementary rule, but instead of 90 degrees, it is 180 degrees. So it comes together to make a straight line. So you have an example and a non-example up here. So again, we're looking for that straight line. So here we can see there's this straight line. So this is the 180 degrees. And we have two different angles. We have the one that's right here and the one that's right here. And together they come up to make this 180 degrees all together. So this is our example. And as we can see here, this baseline here is not a straight line. This angle is an angle itself that is not 180 degrees. So when this angle and this angle come together, they are not supplementary because they both together do not make 180 degrees. So this is our non-example. So again, what's really important here is that both angles add up to be 180 degrees, not more or less. So we're going to go over here and we're going to do some example problems. So just like with the complementary angles, we have to figure out which one of these add up to be 180 degrees. So we're going to do the first two together. So we're going to start with A. So we have 148 degrees and 34 degrees. So we want to add those up. So 8 plus 4 is going to give us 12. And we want to carry that 1. And now 3 and 4 is going to give us 7. Plus that 1, so we're going to get 8, and we're going to have this 1 plus a 0, so we're going to have 1. So we get 182 degrees. It's not supplementary. That one doesn't work, so these angle pairs are not supplementary angles. So now we're going to continue on to B. So we have 170 degrees. And are adding up 10 degrees. 0 and 0 make 0. 7 and 1 make 8. And 1 and 0 make 1. So we get 180 degrees. So this one is yes, it is supplementary. Because 170 degrees and 110 degrees, when you put those two angles together where they share a side length, you get 180 degrees. So now I want y'all to go ahead and try C, D, and E. and do your best to figure out whether they are supplementary angles or not using a spare piece of paper that you should have been taking your notes on. So go ahead and pause the video and work on that now. So if you've hit play, I am assuming that you've already finished and you've already worked through this. So we are going to make another table just like yesterday to help us keep our work separated. So we have C, D, and E. So C says we have 83 degrees and 97 degrees. So we're going to add those up. 7 plus 3 is going to give us 10. 8 plus 9 is going to give us 17. Plus 1 is going to give us 180. So this checks off. We get 180 degrees. So that is, yes, these are supplementary. So now we're going to go to D. We have 55 degrees and 100 degrees. So when we add those up, 5 plus 0 is 5, 5 plus 0 is 5, and 1 plus 0 is 1. So we get 155 degrees. That does not work out, because that is not our 180 degrees. So we get 155, and no, that is not a supplementary angle. So our last one is 78 degrees and 102 degrees. So 8 plus 2 is going to give us 10. 7 plus 0 is 7, plus that 1 we carried over. 8, and 0 plus 1 is 1. So that is 180, so it does check out. So it is, yes, it is supplementary. So we see that B, C, and E are our 3 supplementary angles out of the angle pairs we were given. So I hope you have kept your notes with you so you can look back at them later, and I hope you're following along and doing IXL problems and practice problems that your teacher has given you. Remember to ask for help whenever needed. These can be a little tricky, so it's perfectly fine and a-okay to be asking for help. I hope you join us next time as we continue on this adventure of learning different math techniques and problems, but I will see you then. Bye!